na nkomo bi koswa matise se ECOWAS pese wo mo ne president Mama Kasa na woni aman miensa so edi nkomo hwese wo mo betimi areseni wo mo decision na wo return back. I don't know how our conversation be started here, but Ivan, you have we shall share the implications are about ECOWAS.
I think it's really sad. Say you be waking up to such a news. It's quite unfortunate because in situations like this, I'm not sure say there is a winner. And there are a number of questions underlying we are as a yetana in daje na yakan ECOWAS economic cooperation, one of the major way that particular organization coming to force. One of the way economically in how our countries in Africa no yebetime cooperate among ourselves, yetime trade among us by no crano. So here trade barriers exist among us. Clearly, it shows that objective, till date, hasn't been able to, actualize. Then, watching you come to the political arena, one of the your friends say in crucial aspect, and also a boasebe politically, you bet me a coexist. Now you coming up a form certain alliance, a bit me a boy a growth in as a form. So what now we are critical analysis into ECOWAS, the formation, goals, objective, vision, and as a phone, now what national analyze here. You come to a certain radical conclusion, say. No secondary to the organization because none and I bet me at higher bold enough for Kase yet me actualize it because you see these countries opting to get out of ECOWAS wasn't an event just people just wake up a day and say oh yeah get it out menoti kroma ya kan ya abahawa ECOWAS na lose focus and track na or condone certain things I want me yenim se sabine nkoye. For instance, we've seen situations democratically elected president in Africa. Your friend is saying, they have mandate. Mandate, constitutionally, what term limit. Also, some of these countries, know they go through first term, second term, they find a way to massage and maneuver their way to ensure, they are able to, your friend is saying, extend their constitutional limits to give themselves a certain lifeline. Sanema way incur a lot of rough discussion from a lot of people. And at that point, some of us were expecting say ECOWAS as a mother body, will move in situations and scenarios like this and resolve them. Yanim de si Cote d'Ivoire, circumstances lead to the coming of Alassane Ouattara. People died. A lot of your friends are man from Ghana and then as a phone and now the last thing anybody expected from him is to give himself that lifeline. But after 8 years, we saw the hostile attempt to massage and manipulate the constitution and get himself a lifeline. That guy was never sanctioned by ECOWAS, despite all that has happened. Do you know what happened? ECOWAS committee, now he was an integral part of it. At some point in time, your friends a coup d'etat, AC or Dombo ya Krum. Are you aware? Said delegation yes Sunday here to go and speak to the gentleman. That joker was part of the delegation. Now this is somebody who has your friend say what torpedo the constitution and massager giving himself lifeline. Or extra. There is a coup d'etat somewhere, and you have the gut to send that particular person as an envoy to go and speak to. Do you think they will take you serious? Definitely. So the message was loud and clear, and there are several instances, several other countries. Akwaya Dombo ya Kokotuni, also the same thing. Afa condemning as a form wako first time wako second term extended the constitution because not anybody be over that authority and power. Sometimes these are sovereign countries won't mean for so no enye. But you see the reason why we form these alliances and cooperation is to be able to guide you with certain baseline principles. We know say these are the red lines. There are severe sanctions and near my guha a bit me deter. But when countries realize ECOWAS no cry a white elephant for so be and after all me free my day basi. Because the economic cooperation among member states where there will be free flow of goods and services around our borders and now we are what Ghana now person will be Africa digra den chance I will know be China and then as a for digra because that economic cooperation in my and a political is a missing kind of so here can a man for a faso a book democratic rule and nobody is coming out with any consequences be for Biana, then members will feel emboldened. ECOWAS no crowd be free, man. What is the worst that can happen? You understand? So I think that is the reason why these countries, I go on that particular way. And Abra Kunusi and as a mother body, now we were expecting say you see a certain tone that particular way say try to bring these people on board, have some kind of friendly discussions with them, because you have the right to transit into democratic rule and as for but we also saw that particular hostile attempt by ECOWAS. At some point they were even deliberating say a soldier for minus so. And no man penny na why you cool na kwakoko na you tune free. You see, some of these things were just childish. Your friend is saying options and alternatives that ECOWAS was actually preempting to take. In the end, ni nyina nkwa nkosi aga na ene e ba ya ababeduru say these countries who said there is nothing that ECOWAS can do, and their membership na nkasa no kra no represented nothing socially or offer nothing politically. There is absolutely nothing politically. It doesn't benefit them, because after all, being a member of ECOWAS over these years, me tenase na me counting me gains, na me counting me losses, and if I'm unable to do anything, watch it. Getting out of it, me lose share. And I think that's the reason why these things are happening, and they are very dangerous. You see, now no me cultural business. I heard the geopolitical arena in there. There are emerging forces, and then the unipolar power. Now, man, for say the people are calling say duopoly. Some are even your friends say tripoly. China, Russia, America. These countries are looking for allies. So such sharp breaks within our ranks, will definitely draw these people in.
Okay.
Go back and check how China Atimia infiltrated deep into Africa, and the kind of ties they've been able to build with some countries. And who said the Wagner Group, some terrorist organization within Russia Federation, and sometimes they were within your friend is Africa. I want to know or more boss some of the countries who buying. They were invited by these guys. So Africa as a territory, the partition now, of course, and they are coming back, sharing Africa among the global superpowers, because they know say we have your friend said the natural resources in as a form. Say your banner or number for me alliance we will get Niger quite recently. Wagner Group no buy Are you aware say I want to know mood or supervise gold need to win as a phone now? And do you think they will go free? That's a phone. So some of these sharp division among ourselves, and to me why Western. Look at how America and the Western allies have been able to, cooperate or more benefited. They are dominating the world, and now Russia says, "I want to start here build the alliance with the colleagues and then as a forum, because that is the only way." Recently, we had this BRICS. And also ever up. Economic organization people are just trying to put together a certain united front. Me push it through to get whatever that they want. Africa, lessons. As a continent. Yes, so rich. We have all that at stake. So what now heard that Africa, your land size. I do know that Africa is 3 times bigger than the whole of Europe.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Bigger.
3 times bigger than Europe. When they come to natural resources, they don't even have half, because Europe are some of the minority so.
Yeah.
And then when they come to human resource, the whole world, there is no single country when it comes to your friends saying human resources are because country the whole world our fertility rate are high.
Yeah.
1 woman averagely 7 children. You can imagine. But what do we see watching?
Niger for no.
That is the point I'm coming. When I'm wanting to be share crack to an opian idea or sort of idea and what besides a crowd 18 years or to idea. But there is no future for that person in his country. When that country is blessed with abundant natural resources, and that's a form. So ECOWAS, dear Ben, what me a massa, and no share crab on things, no beside ECOWAS. They don't even have anything to tell you. Because there is nothing sensible. I will be a bit me as ECOWAS intervention in near my oye yentino. Yes, so they are benefiting here. And I think sir, it's a lesson. People need to sit back. It's not a matter of President Mahama engaging them and then bringing them on board. It is about addressing the fundamental issues now. That has to be addressed. Some member state are lose faith in ECOWAS, ama some member state any trust our institution no. How do we bring that particular team back? Now share your focus we na yehu how members will benefit. Now so organization na watch eboawa. Sometimes losing the membership one kasa kwa we yam sise o meboa. Kwa unim say organization ye be free man. Me home so ordinary no you expect that these countries when anka ECOWAS bombe you more free no makopa chew, but there are very people withdrawing. It means that they don't see any benefit being part of the organization. You understand? So me, it's not about going to talk to them to bring them back. No, it is about addressing the fundamental issues na our grounds na makanche we some of these things how are resources both natural and human na no ebetimi afa kwan bi so atturning into some kind of something good na yenso ya benefit na constitutional ye fence that in case na obi asori na wa massage constitution to get away obitimi imprison the political opponent for no apparent reason. There is no upper power be free be ba to exert power and influence. We say and this say na we and for we've seen the UN in recent times ultimately exert certain power and authority. You may say enough. But we see those things, and these things are in place just to ensure, say, your friends in these countries, it may enya some leeway be. Yet, Kroma, African leaders are yes, some call International Criminal Court, Yakudu Masa Jeliomo. Can you count them? A number of them. But there are other foreign leaders out there. More committing a lot of crimes. Abroad there, no high so. What was Obiakwa Jina Hague? Say you do not because some of the superpowers, they've not even ratified a treaty. America, you can't invite the American president to come up here because treaty nuclear ratify and then as a forum. So that uniformity is not there. ECOWAS, crime ban I see first ya boy and kasa ya hoban ama ya whoever because ya just say ya mobra papa na economic bibia ni ho na kwaye ya first power and then as a forum no. And one there was a time ECOWAS got a meeting. Nkokrafo nko na gu meeting na say we mistake now kofa obi bag na bi ma eminia enuru abehunu omu no che obi oye pharmacy.
Anthony
Minia
na bibi aboko de
Yamina de modachen me posho mose
nyame adom ho pa Ivan Innocent say ECOWAS nkokrafo no committee as no for we bag out to me say as a BP adoni no so mana
Minia sembe na
abusia okay abusia Anthony Akwe security expert enti mama institution no ya mo fa no nyina kan ho mo de ba na mo de ni nyina kan ho na fi abobo na because Anthony me boa
pepe
say the institution kan ho nyeza na we ya na kwakwa bi ho okay so report ni chire mo a Mali Burkina Faso Niger ECOWAS one membership I'm going to some person withdraw no ECOWAS as a body accept implications in there.
Well, we never ma show with you na robbery. Bradford, for me as a security expert, I must say ECOWAS, they have failed the West Africa Sub region. And not only the West Africa Sub region, but rather almost fairly the Africa continent. And in fact, them Asamia ECOWAS went to na when used negotiation, dialogue, mediation, now all the other effective, conflict resolution approach. One found resolver at the end of the day, one man, Mali, Burkina Faso, or in Niger, watch one way the ECOWAS Commission. In fact, for me, it is worrying. Now, a how other bano, another a how other babano, a dozen. In fact, Sabasha, one of the critical issues Burkina Faso, Niger, Onye Mali, now we're complaining, on them the minty, some of the kunu to Mukodo, Okejina, the fighting terrorism, or the fight against the terrorism. Now, them threat of terrorism, and man putting into my fight. And we need a collaborative security approach. We need intelligence sharing approach. Enti what bande oye Burkina Faso, onye Mali, in Niger, what to one of the critical questions of the be saying there, how is it going to be the relationship between them three member countries in other, countries within the sub-regions that they constitute the ECOWAS? For me, I believe them, withdrawal, the breakout of the ECOWAS, it will hinder intelligence sharing, share security approach, urban fighting them threat of terrorism. That is very critical issue. We cannot, sweep it under the carpet. Away from that, we must also look at it from Inyankasa as a continent. Yen cooperation, yen collaborative approach in terms of how we're able to benefit from yen economical domain. For me, I think it is one key thing them breakout in the Sobatuma the Wahao because Soban yen trading system yen aware for the time being about why you're there, what you want to be. ECOWAS and Sabasha in some of the Niger borders. What the onion, what the qua, or bande, one walk for onion, one was stop one at it. Even though the Botimaka ECOWAS, one cat what the banner, we indicated there's going to be, a cooperative when it comes to economic issues. Match there, goods and services, can move from one country to another. But even that, we still have, some cooperative issue. And for me, as an expert, this is where Metuma Bo, the president-elect, that is President John Dramani Mahama,